What is up everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another episode of Modern Warfare 3 Zombies. In today's video we'll be discussing my top 5 weapons that I am using when playing with the MAGS of Holding, as well as 2 bonus weapons that I will be sharing at the end. So please stay tuned until the end of this video, and as always guys, thanks so much for your support, thanks so much for your love. The community has grown and my channel has grown as well, so I can't thank you guys enough for all your help. With that being said, if you do like this content, please do like this video, subscribe, and as always comment in the section below. This will help the channel to grow and of course me to create more content like this. With that being said, let's just jump straight into the video and let's review these weapons. At number 5 we have the FR 5.56. This weapon guys had made my list simply because it has an amazing damage as well as a really good fire rate. Of course I appreciate it's a burst, however having to have this burst mode on, it does make killing some zombies a lot easier. So with that being said, the weapon itself, I wouldn't necessarily class it to one of the top tier weapons. However, it does the trick, and for me personally, it did take some adjustments to get to the fire rate, but after that it was an amazing weapon to play with. So also combined with the MAGS of Holding, it doesn't give you the most amount of bullets available. However, again, because of the damage and because it does have that burst mode into place, it does make this weapon a good contender. Thanks again for one of my subscribers that had left this in the comment section in a previous video. Without this commentary I would never came across of this weapon, so thanks again. But there we go, this is our first weapon on the list. The build will show up on the screen right now. And with this weapon off the way, let's go straight into number 4. Now, before we get to number 4, it's just worth mentioning, I'm sure that there's many other LMGs that you guys will choose, but for me, the Bruin is one that I was really excited to play with. Given that in the beginning of Season 3, there had been an update made to the Bruin, it did make this weapon a lot better to use into zombies, and especially paired with the MAGS of Holding, it does make it a really good contender. Now, with that being said, it does also increases its fire rate as well as the damage. The only downside of this weapon is probably the handling and the mobility aspect of things. That's why I would probably class it on number 4. But with that being said, because we do use the MAGS of Holding, it does become a small minigun. Also, once added, the MAGS of Holding does give you about 800 rounds to play with, which is brilliant, and I think overall is an amazing weapon to use. The build will come up on the screen now. Again, you guys can play with this. I personally choose to play with one of the already made ones, which was, to be honest, absolutely fine. You can also change the mags to the smaller ones for better mobility, but again, because you use the mags of folding, I wouldn't necessarily say it makes a difference. Now, going into number 3, an old school favorite for me personally, and that's the Lockwood 300. The Lockwood 300 had been a weapon that I have been using for quite some time, and I was really upset when they've nerfed it. However, I think it's back, and with the mags of folding, it does make this weapon really great to use. Now, with that being said, it's also one of those weapons that it does combine the mobility with the damage. And of course, because it's burst mode, let's say, you can't necessarily just push the trigger and expect it to go crazy. However, whenever you do hit those targets, it does make a huge impact. So this is my number 3. This is my favorite shotgun to play with. Again, I'm sure that you guys might prefer others, but for me, this one, it's absolutely amazing to pair with the mags of folding. The build is appearing now on the screen. Now again, with this one you can mix up a bit, but this is the preferred build for me. So if you want to give it a go, I would say that this had been the best one that I've came across. Now, at number 2, guys, this is a weapon that I've always been a big fan of since the beginning of the game, and it's simply because the crazy magazine capacity. Now, this weapon, even without the mags of folding, it does give you a 400 round capacity, which is absolutely amazing for an SMG. But then, with that being said, even on level 2 Pack-a-Punch, it handles the tier 3 area really well. So, I think this weapon has been around for quite some time, even from the Modern Warfare 2. But if you haven't already, do give this weapon a go. It's absolutely amazing, and paired with the mags of folding, it becomes an absolute beast. Now, also, this is a weapon that I will comfortably take in any of the Dark Ethers, especially if you're playing the Elder Run, simply because the fire rate and mobility of it are second to none. Now, of course, this makes the second place on my list, and it's simply because it's a mixture of fire rate, damage, mobility, max capacity, as well as its time to kill. The screen, now you have the loadout on the screen, and this is one of my favorite builds right now when using this weapon. And at number 1, guys, we have the one, the only, the RGL80. This weapon is an absolute beast when paired with the mags of folding, and I have made a video previously about it, but it still holds the spot for me personally when it comes to pairing it with the mags of folding. It makes clearing any eater nests a breeze, as well as making sure that you're handling any tier zombies. Obviously, there's no build for this particular weapon, so I'll just let you guys see what has happened in the background. And for my special mention, guys, this is the crossbow. The crossbow actually doesn't need the mags of holding in order to make it work. It is a weapon that automatically, by getting the ammo off the floor, you reload. But this weapon absolutely makes a difference in any tier zombie area. It takes a bit of handling to get used to it, but once you went over that, it is absolutely amazing. It is also a weapon that you require to its move, so just bear that in mind when going into a game with it. The loadout will pop up on the screen shortly, but this is what the weapon is capable of doing. And as for the second special mention, guys, we have the WSPs. This weapon is absolutely brilliant when it comes down to quick mobility, and paired with the mags of holding makes a difference. However, it didn't make our top 5, unfortunately, because of the damage and because of the range that you have to get to in order to make some damage. Now, that's all for today, guys. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope to see you guys in the next video soon.